But we'll have to see what Tinglechen is going to do right now. So Tinglechen has switched things up and has decided to get a mortar out of his Krieg barracks. The mortar is now just kind of hanging out in the center, trying to put some pressure on that flag. I like that choice. Mortars are fun, especially when you know you've got blobs of infantry running around and that sort of thing. Oh! Oh, look at that! Just seeing an opportunity. Look at that. His overhead scout plane just happened to see this huge squad of troops moving by, and without even hesitating, he calls down a strafing run on it. So 165 munitions, strafing runs, all that. Got a bunch of casualties there for free. So Tinglechen now moving in. Seriously good against infantry here. He's just charging in with all of these troops right now. You can see he's activated infantry pillage. And I'm going to go ahead and swap on over to Tinglechen's point of view. Infantry pillage is activated. Still not using this inspired assault yet. I guess he's not getting suppressed at all, but I'm curious again why he has that. But I will leave that alone. So he's charging on in here, putting some serious pressure, but these troops are really, really wounded. You can see the effect. Oh, look at that direct shot here from the Greyhound. You can see the effect that strafing run has had on this attack, because now so many of these squads are down to like 2 or 3 men. Looks like we've got our Duffy's anti-tank gun trying its best to get the hell out of here. He doesn't want to be any part of this fight. And the wounded Greyhound backing away. So, tough looking stuff there. But check out this nice looking heavy machine gun team covering one side of it, as well as the Greyhound armored car on the other side of it. So, but during all that time, I totally missed it. There was a rocket barrage right in the center of his base. That is very, very difficult to deal with. So, rocket barrage, you can upgrade it to have aftershocks. So the rocket barrage, like a minute later, it'll drop a second one, and then a minute after that, it'll drop a third one if you fully upgrade it. So you can tell that right now, get out of your base. I've had this happen in multiplayer games, and it can be terrifying because if 2 or 3 people come into your base and drop a rocket barrage with aftershocks, they can level your whole base in a couple of pulses. So I really want to see these troops get out of here. I'll have to remember to check in on that a minute later and see if any additional damage is done. But for the time being, just kind of scouting around here. Not sure where the mortar barrage is going off there right now. Just kind of, you know, poking around. Maybe trying to see if you can hit some mines. And it looks like we do have a flare in the center of the map once again, trying to see what's capping this point. Here comes the rest of the rocket barrage. So the second pulse of aftershocks coming in here now. You can see taking out a few casualties, damaging the medic hut, damaging the triage center. That is really annoying to deal with. But for the time being, we have a little bit of a pause in the action here. And let's take a look at the score. So right now, sztefenfu is at 456, and we have Tinglechen at 270. So sztefenfu's second surge was enough to kind of put him in the lead a little bit. Tinglechen, in the meantime, let's take a look at his base. He does have a Panzer Command going up. And he's got a nice little spread of units here, but nothing overly offensive at the moment. He's just got good kind of control over his stuff. But, you know, I would like to see some more capping going on over here on the left. There are these obvious points that should probably, by all rights, be his. You can see he's got a little bit of back capping going on here. No, he's got stormtroopers, just 2 of them, sneaking around the map. Going to have to keep an eye on that and see what's going on. So, oh, taking some casualties there. Now the real fighting is beginning. Very wounded HMG team up here, but look at the suppression. Let's have to see. Unfortunately, Inspired Assault is not available, so he cannot use that to break suppression. And oh god, could it be another huge strafing run? Or could it be a bombing run coming in? Yes, it's a bombing run! Oh! Really, really good bombing run there. Oh my god! So, to all of you Airborne players who are wondering how to get a good bombing run going, just pay attention to how he did that. You notice he didn't... Remember that when you target bombing run, kind of the middle of the 3 bombs is going to happen right where you target it. So you just center it right, get the angle just right, and man, you can get really, really effective with that. So now you can see here, Krieg Barracks here desperately pumping out some more reinforcements. He knows he needs to reinforce all those troops he lost. And sztefenfu senses an opportunity here, and I think that this is wise. Normally, I kind of scream at people who come in and try and take advantage of this kind of early game advantage, but this is late game advantage. He knows he has an opportunity. He comes in fully expecting an anti-tank gun to pop out, drops landmines. I know it's a jerk thing to do, but it's such a great idea. At this point in the game, that's absolutely the right move to do. And now, check this out. So what do you do when you have a bunch of mines in front of your base? I want to see... I suspect that Tinglechen knows what's up here. He knows that there's a mine there. He is actually building an anti-tank gun, so he's going to have to do something about it. Do you just run straight across it or what? What I would recommend doing, and I think he's either just going to run directly across it or more interestingly, let's see. Oh god, don't just run across it. Ow! That really hurts. One trick I would recommend, if you know there's Greyhound mines and you need to get them out of the way, set some guys up like right here and retreat them. When you're retreating, you have higher armor, and just make it so your retreat path will go right across the mines, and you can detonate the mines. You'll probably take a little less casualties than you would if you just stepped on them normally. and then you can make sure that the anti-tank gun will get out without getting destroyed instantly. So anti-tank gun is now in the field. You can see we do have infantry pillage is activated. These men are just charging on out, but look at the wonderful machine gun emplacement by sztefenfu, really getting up in his face, and you can see that the tides have quite turned. Now Tinglechen is a little bit stuck in his base here. He needs to figure out what to do to get out of this position. Unfortunately, this is the kind of point where I wish that he had heavy armor support. I think that if he could save up and get some money, or just kind of went with the more standard like manpower blitz heavy armor support, it would help him a lot more. But a lot of times these players, top players, play it all with infantry. They win or lose, you know, they basically die by the early game, and that's both of their strengths. So you can see that right now the Wehrmacht quarter is getting completely destroyed. You can see, look at all these bazookas, by the way. That is kind of cool. Just everybody here has a Panzerschreck. Pretty much there's just Panzerschrecks everywhere because of all the dead grenadiers early on. So really, really interesting comeback at the moment here for sztefenfu. Gonna have to see if Tinglechen could possibly work his way out of this. You can see he still has a ton of Vet 3 grenadiers. He's balling them all up and charging on out into the position that he thinks he can strike at best. Oh, but no, not going to happen. Completely strafing run once again. Just great use of strafing run. I know. I'm sure that there are tons of Axis players out there who are just going to be like, that's not great at all. That's complete crap. It needs to be nerfed. Needs to be removed from their game. Whatever. Yeah, I know. That's my only response is whatever. I know it's not the most eloquent response, but hey, what are you going to do? But either way, I was quite impressed by it. Just to see an Airborne player who relied entirely on non-infantry abilities, basically. The fact that he doesn't have paratroopers shocked me. The fact that he doesn't have airdropped AT support shocked me. I pretty much see that ubiquitously across all Airborne players. So now, what do? We've got sztefenfu has terrific control of the map. I mean, complete control of the map. Obviously, he doesn't have this little piece of territory here, but it is completely disconnected. So Tinglechen is now moving out on the left-hand flank. Great idea. If you're going to be, you know, stuck in your base, attack out in a different direction. He knows that the front of his base is completely walled off with machine gun teams and all that sort of thing. And so now he's just kind of moving out, trying to cap the left-hand side and just kind of force the fighting to have to migrate over here. You can tell that even the Greyhound armored car drove on across, hit the landmine, blew up quite well. And now we've got guys just kind of moving around here. And what's going to happen? Oh, God, I see a bombing run coming in. Oh, God, could it be another bombing run? Direct hit on everything! Oh, how to do bombing runs. Wow. So bombing run 101 class, I think, is officially over. Congratulations to sztefenfu. I'm going to watch the rest of this replay. Here I am calling it early because that's just so dominating. It's such a dominating victory right there. But it's important to note that bombing run isn't... It's kind of like, you know, Calliope, you just point and click and it goes. Bombing run, you can really screw it up if you just point and click. And oh, unfortunately, I think a little overconfident here. sztefenfu keeping his troops all balled up in the face of a single mortar. This mortar team just got 5 kills just dropping bombs right in the heads of these guys. Looks like Tinglechen is charging out a little bit here. But we do have the Gladiator Riflemen pushing on in here to the close combat folks. Kind of a little back and forth. And now I will begin my side talk. Just a little bit on manner, because you can kind of tell by the chat right now, both players are kind of getting at each other's throats a little bit. And I think it's important to always remember at the end of a game, there are a couple of worse things you can do. It's like, one is just like have a bad game and just blame it on the other player and quit instantly and be mad about it. That's really bad. It's bad for your psychology. And it's just, you know, it's a little bit rude. But I'm not calling either player out right here. I know both players are kind of jibber-jabbing at each other. But in terms of your own psychological health, it's very bad to just like get angry and quit instantly and just be grumpy about it and going into your next game. It'll detract from your next game and it'll make you a sloppier player as a result. I think one of the best things you can do, and I'm stealing this directly from Day 9, my favorite StarCraft commentator, is just at the end of a game, let go of your keyboard and mouse, just kind of sit back for a second, don't bother with the rest of your troops, and just kind of take a breath, and then just think about what happened, and then just say a few things. Say like, oh man, I really thought I had you when I did that, oh well, or oh man, that bombing run was really good. And just, you know, compliment your opponent maybe, talk about what you think you did wrong. Oh my god, is it another bombing run? No! Bombing runs from doom from above. Oh, death from above everywhere. So harsh. But what I was saying was, say a few things, say good game, leave, and watch the replay. Those are the best advice I can give you for how to just end a game. say a few nice things, say good game, and watch your replay. So many people jump onto the forums and post about imbalance and all these other things before they ever even watch the replay and even see what happened. There were, you know, this game was played very, very well by both players. These guys are both top players, and I'm hardly going to say that any of them screwed up anything majorly. But wow, just lots and lots of bombing run skill here. So I was very impressed by that. I think both of these guys did a great job here. But just remember that, please. Be mannered. You know, your opponent will think you're a gentleman, and frankly, you're probably just gonna walk around, oh my god, planting a mine right in the middle of everything. That's a little bit. I mean, that's a manner mine right there. But whatever. I think it's totally called for as well. Why not? If anybody retreats, now see, this is useful. Watch. He retreats onto it and he takes 2 casualties, but that's a good way to defuse a mine. But whatever. Game is completely and totally won right now by sztefenfu. So congratulations to sztefenfu. I will be posting links to this replay. This was I just downloaded this off of gamereplays.org, by the way. Check it out. Lots of good replays. And hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to subscribe. Once again, I am HarlequinCoHO, and I'll talk to you guys later.